and I am back to film my memory spread for the week of November 6th through the 12th. And this week I'm going to be using a kit from the Paperly Boutique. This was her, I think it was her October mystery box, and it's a very, very full kit. You had all of the pages of the kit, plus I had 2 samplers from previous orders, and then 2 other shops had samplers as well. And so it was a ton of stickers to work with. And what I'm going to be doing is spreading it into 2 kits, or 2 weeks, I guess. And this one, I wanted to use more of the fall themed stickers, so using any of the pumpkin related kits, or stickers, and any of like the fall related stickers. And then I'm going to save the rest of the stickers and do a spread in the spring or in January, just depending on how my kits lay out. And so I thought this would be really fun to, really mix it up and do 2 completely different spreads with it, if that makes sense. So I'm starting off by laying down my bottom washi. I ended up using some bow washi from Simply Gilded. This is my first time actually using the bow washi, and it was a little bit darker blue than the almost denim blue in the kit, but I thought it would be fine to use, and I thought it matched, well enough. And then I'm going into my sidebar, and I'm putting down the quote, and then I always leave that top section there just to write down the biggest highlight of the week. And so I'll put some deco just kind of in that space for that. And then I'm just kind of figuring out what else I wanted to do with my sidebar. As you'll notice throughout this video, I feel like I was just very indecisive on what I wanted or what I wanted to do, and so you'll see me kind of struggling to figure out what to put down a lot in this video, but it all turns out okay in the end. I just had quite a bit of indecisiveness the day I filmed it for some reason. So I'm just putting in a school header and a weekly box. I am on my 4th year of pharmacy school, and so we basically have rotations every week, every day, and I figured the school header would be close enough. I just got a new job, and so I figured the work header kind of relates to that a little bit more, and so I wanted to save it for that purpose, even though I don't think I used it in this spread at all. And then I remembered that I wanted to put down a habit tracker, so then I had to peel everything up, stick it on my hand, and then put down the habit tracker. And then I'm just ending off with some washi, just to take up that remaining amount of space. And then I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to use glitter headers, because there were some on the Let's Make It Sparkle sampler. I had a freebie that had those blue headers, and then I had obviously the glitter headers included in the kit, but in the end I decided to use the Today headers, just because, I don't know, I was just decided to keep it kind of simple. I started off on Monday with one of these little emojis. It's a little emoji kind of embedded in an ice block, and I decided to use that one because it was freezing cold on that Monday, and it was icy, and I had to go into work at 5 a.m. and so they had definitely not done anything to the roads by the time that I started driving around, and so it was a very slippery drive into work. Then I put down a full box, like I said, with the pumpkins, because I was trying to use the fall related items. And then I put down these little makeup brushes from Star City Designs. I had an interview, and so I wanted to look nice for that. Since I had to work at 5 a.m., it involved me getting ready later in the day, taking a shower, redoing my hair, etc. Since at 5 a.m. I didn't really care what I looked like. And then I'm just going in with a glitter header and another little thing, and then I put down, there was a phone icon in the Let's Make It Sparkle sampler, and so I wanted to put that down. And then I was going to move it because I realized I got ready and then I actually, cleaned up my room. Since it was a Skype interview, I wanted to make sure there weren't any distractions behind me. And so I was going to move it, but it really wasn't coming off super easily, so I decided to just use a little munchkin and a little arrow sticker from the kit and just put it down below, even though it was slightly out of order. At that point, it didn't really matter. And then I'm just going in with I think it's a Lazy Day header or font sticker, or Laundry Day. I can't read. Because I did do some wash that day, and then I just layered it over some washi from the kit. And then I finished off with a half box because I had a meeting that night. And then I pulled in one of these little computer stickers from 472 in Maine. They match her Gather collection. And then moving on to, Tuesday, I started off with a laptop sticker. I think that one was from the KPL Plans. No, it might have been from the Let's Make It Sparkle sampler. And then I went in, I realized that I had these cute little Hump Day and Friday stickers from KPL Plans, and so I decided to just put those in before I forgot, because let's just be real, I probably would forget before I would remember to put them in, and so I was just trying to put them in with some washi or with some flags, just to make them look a little bit more festive. So then going back to Tuesday, I put in the laptop sticker just because I think I was just working on projects pretty much the whole time I was at work. And then I wanted to put in a little to-do list, and then just to mark in just other things I did that day. I felt like I worked on a lot of projects. I felt like I worked on a lot of just random things at work. And then also editing, uploading, etc. And then I pulled out this TV sticker. This one is from Little Red Prince. And so just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with it. And in the end, I just stuck it down just right on the planner because I watched some Charmed. And then I was going in with a full box, and I used the one with the apples because obviously apples are very fall themed as well. And then for the nighttime, I pulled out a little thing and one of these knitting stickers from Polished Patterns, just to mark down that I did some knitting that night. And then here's another bit of indecision where I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to put for the rest of the night because I was kind of lazy. I'd worked 2 5 a.m. shifts and was definitely kind of tired. So I ended up putting in one of these book stickers from Let's Start Planning, just to mark down that I did some reading. And then I also put in a little thing, I think just to mark down that I was relaxing. And then moving on to Wednesday, I wanted to put in another checklist, but then with the spacing, it was going to not cover up that header, so then I had to just kind of shift things a little bit so that I didn't have to play around with trying to get that header covered or having there be too much white space. So then I decided to just move it down a little bit and then add something in above it where that space would have been, I guess. So now I'm just trying to figure out what to put in there. I ended up doing a coffee cup because I went to an early meeting, and then I went to a bunch of other meetings that day, so I used an alarm clock sticker just to kind of mark that down as well. And then once again, trying to figure out what I wanted to do, I think I pulled in a full box, and I pulled in one of the ones with the plaid pattern. It's just a gorgeous pattern, and so that's why I thought it would work well, either for spring or for fall, or late winter. I think it'll be really cute. So then for the nighttime, I pulled in another one of these TV stickers from Little Red Prince was watching Charmed once again, and I also kind of just wanted to use up those little stickers. When I get to the end of a sheet, I feel determined to finish it off and make sure I watch it. Then I put down that quarter box. Originally I was going to use it for filming or editing, but then I forgot and put that in my checklist above, so I can't remember what I ended up putting on there, that I worked on a project or something. And then moving down that little box was from Sticker Bloom, and then I'm just trying to find an icon to put in that was, I think, supposed to be working on projects, but I ended up going with a glasses sticker in the end. And then I used one of these little work laptops. These are from On You Designz, working on more projects, and then once again finishing off another sheet. So I finished off a couple of sheets actually in this spread, so that made me feel really happy. So then I'm putting in one of the full boxes. This one has the little boots, and that one I thought was perfect just because there were two different full boxes with the boots, and I thought those would be, use one in this spread and then one in my spread in the spring. Then I'm pulling in another one of these little book stickers from Let's Start Planning, because I spent quite a bit of time just reading and whatnot. I was reading Stephen King's Bag of Bones, which I had seen the mini-series that they did a couple years ago, and I'd never actually read the book or read any of his books, and so I wanted to do that. Then I was putting in this box from Sticker Bloom, but it was just a little too short. I don't know if it just got miscut or was what, but it was too short to actually fill up that space, and since it wasn't going to cover up that header, which I needed it to, I decided instead to use it at the bottom of the day, and then I put it up and down, just because I ended up spending most of the night listening to Taylor Swift's new album, because it actually came out a little bit earlier than I was anticipating. I was expecting it to come out around 9 o'clock my time, because that's midnight Eastern Standard Time, but it actually came out around 8:20, 8:30. So then I pulled in a cute little emoji that is listening to some music. He has some cute little headphones on, and it's really adorable. And then I just didn't really have anything else to mark that night, and so I pulled in a big strip of washi, just to kind of take up that rest of that space. Then moving on to Friday. I wanted to mark down that I finished reading my Bag of Bones book. I got up really early that morning and then basically spent the entire morning reading it before I went to work. Then I put in balloons, and I don't remember if that was what that was marking. But then I put in one of these little scallop stickers. Oh, I think that was marking my dad's birthday. No, that wasn't my dad's birthday. What is that marking? Maybe it was marking reputation. And then I was marking down, I had a presentation, and so I used that cute little scallop label. And then I wanted to instead just use the white space, because that birth control sticker or pill sticker is from Calime Create, and it was just a little bit big and it would take up most of the scallop anyways. So I just moved the scallop down to mark down something else. And then I put in a glitter header. That arrow sticker once again was from the kit, just to add a little bit more oomph to that little area. And then I put down a grocery sticker just because I had to go to the grocery store. And then I put down a movie marquee. That one was from, I think that was the Let's Make It Sparkle kit. Maybe it was KPL Plans. I get them confused because they were both really cute and they had a ton of stuff in it. But that was to mark down that I went to see Murder on the Orient Express, which was fantastic. And then I was trying to figure out if I wanted to use a red sticker or not, because the KPL Plans sheet had this really, really bright, vibrant red color in some of the stickers. But then in the end, I figured that it probably wasn't a close enough match, just because everything else was not really that red color. And so I ended up just stacking some little things to mark that down just what I did the rest of the night instead. And then moving on to the weekend, I started off with a computer sticker because I was working on my projects, and then I put in a heart sticker because I had to do some baking, and then I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. In the end, I pulled the black label from the Daily Cuteness shop, little label sheet. I think that was her neutral color scheme. And then I ended up putting in a glitter header. I wanted to mark down that we walked over to basically like the community center, I guess, and they were having this direct sales like vendor event, and so it had, you know, Perfectly Posh, LuLaRoe, Scentsy, etc. And so we walked over to that because it's pretty close to our house. And then I put down a Munchkin sticker who she's shopping and looks like she's having a blast. And so that was pretty fun. Bought more than I should have, but it really didn't go overboard, to be perfectly honest. Then I pulled in a little label and a cleaning header, and then put down that cute little vacuum sticker from the Paperly Bowtique as well. That's an old sheet, but I love that sticker. Then I had a dinner party that night, and so I really didn't have much else to mark besides the dinner party, since it did take up pretty much the entire night. And then my camera cut off because I ran out of memory, and so I put down just a half box and then that little clinking glasses sticker from one of the samplers. Then on Sunday, I'm just putting down the full box with the pumpkins, and then I wanted to put down a church icon that is from Daily Cuteness. And then I was just trying to find another label from Sticker Bloom that matched that same color, to mark down that I went to church. And then they were having this Polish festival. It was a different church that I normally go to, but we went there, and it was really fun. So I put down just an odds and ends header, and then I'll put down a little checklist just to mark down things that we did. We ended up going and having obviously really good Polish food. There was bingo where we won a game, and then just kind of bake sale, etc. And so then I didn't want to use the flag checklist because it wouldn't cover up that header. So in the end, I ended up going with a full box checklist and just cutting it down and then just pulling it down a little bit so there was a little bit of white space between the header and that. And then I pulled in this little emoji, and he's like staring lovingly at a piece of pie because there was the most delicious pie ever at this little event. And then I'm just pulling in this little like teardrop sticker, and then a shopping cart because then we went to the grocery store afterwards. And really by the time I put the shopping cart icon over there, you can't really tell what it is, but that's okay because it was polka dotted, and so the white polka dots kind of blended in a little bit. But then I put in a Get It Done font sticker from the Let's Make It Sparkle sampler because I had to practice my presentation, and then just ending with a little label to mark down, I think, just some sort of relaxing. I was going to use one of the Me Time stickers, but I just didn't have enough room, and especially because I'd already used a font sticker right above it. I think I ended up going with, it was like a little circle that said Me Time. But anyways, that is everything I have for this spread. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.